I know what my audience like. I did some independent films with Master P. A lot of those movies did really well.
I'm ambitious. I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.
What up? Welcome to the program. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in to Let's Go Live with Lamont King. And I'm Lamont King, and you are now live. Man, it was touch and go for a minute. Glad y'all made it, man. Let me adjust so y'all can see. Yeah, put that right there. Oof. Verified, authentic. Whose shoes are them? Your shoes. What size are they? Your size. All right, welcome to the program, y'all. This is what we do each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 7. East Coast time. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast and watching worldwide in the Humor Mill app, streaming right now. Available on Roku and Fire Stick. Lamont, what you talking about? What do you mean it was touch and go? Well, in the area that I reside and the studios that we're in, brought to you by, we're broadcasting live, by the way, in the newly remodeled Drunken Fruit Studios. Newly remodeled, I say again. Newly remodeled.
I don't care if it is a closet. You still looking mad efficient.
Appreciate you. So yeah, Drunken Fruit Studios, where the studios are located, we're under a tornado warning. I believe it just wrapped up. But as I was launching the show, as I was starting the show, immediately it was like boom, whap, whap, boom, whap, whap, and then it was like everything. The lights was like, and then the computer was like, the lights was like, and then the computer was like, and it was like, and then everything went dark. So yeah, we had one of those situations. So now we're back. Good to see you. All right, so let's see. Let's see what's up to everybody checking in on the check-in. I see y'all. Peanut Gallery, what up? Real quick, we just received an update on one of our sponsors, man. A new shipment just came in for the DMV area, and the product is here, ladies and gentlemen. So I talk about drunken fruit often, and I talk about what it is, but see, when you're dealing with your kind of people, right? There's so many questions. I don't know what it is. Where do I get it? I don't know what does it do? I don't know. All right, this is it right here. This is what it looks like. It's prepackaged, supremely professionally manufactured items, delicacy items, exquisite, high-end, premium, proprietary items of fruit and a blend of aged fruit, taking a bath in a proprietary blend of alcohol. That's what it is. All right. That's my explanation to you. Now you can go to the website and get the official definition, but that's what I'm telling you what it is. It's deliciousness in a bottle. That's what it is. And so you can go on the website, check out the menu, pricing, and if you're in the local area to the studios where we're located, you may be able to work out something. That's all I'm gonna say about that, because I ain't got no licenses and we ain't selling shit on this show. All right. Wait a minute, y'all missed my face. We're not selling nothing on this show. All right, so there is that. So check out that website. It's one of our long-term sponsors. And got a new shipment in. Deliciousness. Labor Day weekend? Yep. Oh, great question. Hold on. Peanut Gallery. Great question. L.A. Brown Jr. Do you drink it or eat it? Both. So it's best with, it's called adult candy. That's the tagline. It's adult candy. So when you head it out and you want to get a little quick taste, you take a little toothpick or fork or your fingers, if it's your bottle, and take it, and like that. And then it's, yeah. And or cocktails. Splash one in a cocktail. You got different flavors. You got cucumber mint. You have watermelon. You have spiced apple. You got aged 7 years, 10 years, 6 years. Pineapple. Yeah. So you can drink and eat. So yeah, deliciousness. Check out the website. But that's what it looks like. Because a lot of y'all are like, I don't know. I went to the site. I ain't really understand. That's what it looks like in my refrigerator. Okay. So yeah. All right. Sharice said, I want some. We'll get you some. If you local, let's talk about it. DM me. You know what I mean? Go to the website, place the order. We'll talk about delivery options. All right. Oh yeah, we can do that. Elliot Brown Jr. is a master mixologist, and yeah, we should do that. Okay, we're gonna talk. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a cocktail pairing, right, on camera. Bang. That's it. Bang, bang. Great idea, fella. Good to see you. All right, enough about that. That's the peoples. Y'all, yeah, I don't need 10 questions back to back, but I still don't understand. All right, go to the site. Put your money where your mouth is. Support black business. That's it. Oh, Sharif, if you're local, you definitely can pick it up. Definitely can pick it up. It's still a delivery charge, though. You know how when you go get your car and you tax, title, and delivery, and you're like, bitch, I'm here. I can just drive it off the lot. You still got to pay delivery. It's like, nah, I'm just playing. All right. All right. Anyway, got a couple people coming in today, man. Just talk about a few things that I done seen. I've seen what I done seen. One of them being an issue regarding homeschooling. So here's the question of the day, y'all. I'm going to get right to it. School of Hard Knocks. That's the title. School of Hard Knocks at your door. Because you kids are now in school at the crib. And the question came up. We're going to get to it a few minutes later, but I want you to wrap your mind around this in case you want to Skype in. And I ain't even go through housekeeping. See something, share something. Show come on, let people know that you're watching it. Don't be stingy. Viewer support, we are 100% viewer supported by viewers like you. Lamont King 06 is to slide us some loose monies. All money's going to production costs, paying for the internets, paying for this service, this platform. And if you want to get my content, the Patreon, Mr. Lamont King, become a patron. You get all my full shows and bonus clips, unedited, in there. Here's a number, write it down, screenshot it. At some point, I'm going to open up the phone line, have you call in and give your opinion on today's topic of the day, or Skype on in with the crystal clear image of yourself. Let's go live, ! Find it, and we get in it. But I want to talk about school. Here's the question. Should you is the expectation realistic for teachers to have of the students that the students at home on camera in this virtual thing should be able to should have to conduct themselves as if they were in the classroom. I'm talking uniforms. I'm talking, snack breaks, getting up, going to the refrigerator, having your camera on the whole time, having your mic on. Like, should a child who's being homeschooled, not homeschooled, who's going through virtual learning, be expected to conduct themselves the same way they would in class at home? I'll tell y'all my thoughts a little bit later. Yeah. So get your thought ready. Let's see. I'm bringing my first guest. I ain't even plug up the situation. I just got off a Zoom. If you can see me sweating, I did a Zoom comedy. I did a corporate comedy show. It's about 12 minutes. I did about 12 minutes of comedy on the Zoom, working out some new material. I expect to go back on stage at some point before the end of the year. I don't know where. But working out some new jokes, man, and it was fun because I'm gonna give y'all some of it while I wait for our guests. So I was talking about I don't know if you caught the story about you know what? I'm gonna save it to tomorrow. All fun and games. I'm gonna say that story to tomorrow. It's funny. It's interesting. But here's another one though. This is what I was talking about, right? So I was saying how everybody is talking. These are jokes, ladies and gentlemen. I was talking about let me bring her in. All right. Welcome to the program. Let's go live with India Sweet, ladies and gentlemen. How you feel?
What's happening, homie?
What's up with you? All right.
Hey,
I'm just playing applause right here. So no, I was just refreshing. Man, there's a lot of people over there.
I'm sorry. That is my children. It was story time. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I ain't mean to interrupt story time. You
no,
could
no, not me reading. Not me reading. No.
Oh.
No, a friend of mine who's Diane Roberts, she's a sportscaster, but she reads, newscaster as well, but every day she reads around this time for kids, and it's just really nice. So
that's dope. Like virtually?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's donating her time. Oh, that's mighty big of her.
Yes.
You know, it's funny because I didn't even know that, and I was just talking about how I just got off of a virtual Zoom for a corporate friend of mine who I do a lot of work for, and I was basically doing it for free because I can. Like, right. You're in front of the camera. It's hard to say no, but I ain't available. People are like, yo, can I get you to do so-and-so? You be like, I ain't available. I'm not going to be in town.
Right.
Like,
you're on the you can do it anyway.
Yeah, that don't even work no more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I was saying was I was working out some new material, so I might as well do it with you and the viewers right here, right now. So, just, and I got the rim shot included. So even if y'all don't laugh or give a chuckle, it doesn't matter. So everybody
that's never stopped you before.
Yeah, at all. No. So here it is. So everybody is talking about WAP. And again, this is comedy, ladies and gentlemen. This is fantasy land. Doesn't have to be true. Some of it is, some of it ain't. Just relax. These are jokes. All right. So everybody, I got to do that these days. All right. Everybody is talking about WAP, right? Wet ass pussy. That's the hottest song on the radio. So inappropriate. But I don't know nothing about that, man. Only WAP I'm getting at the house is worry and problems. See, did you hear you don't hear the drum shot, the rim shot, but everybody else does.
Worry and proverbs.
Worry and problems. All right.
Worry and problems.
I lost my job, so my fridge is empty as shit. I look in there, all I got is water and peanuts. And WAP is different for everybody. WAP means something different for everybody. I bet you it's a regretful lesbian right now wishing about penis. All right. Let's see.
That was good. I like that. I like that.
There's some ladies who put on weight during the lockdown, and all they got is turned into wiggly and pudgy.
Hey! I'm taking that one personal. I'm taking that one mad personal. Hey, look, I went to go pick up my kids' stuff from school today, and I saw their principal, and I was like, "Hey, yo!" I was like, "Michael, is that Principal Myers?" Like, young. She gained a lot of weight. Like, that's not her. And it was her.
Oh, man, that's not her. And it was her. Oh, my God.
It was her.
All right. So, and the last one. No, I played the rim shot. You got it. You just couldn't hear it. All right. All right. One chick told me she gained weight. I said, how much? 18, 19? She said, quarantine. Mind your business, nigga. That's all right. That's the last one. All right. So good. I got 2 chuckles. That's a good percentage rate right there. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right.
Funny.
Let's see. All right. Yeah. So Miss India Sweet, author, chef, sports guru. If y'all remember last time we talked, she was on the show. We talked about your efforts on becoming a virtual fan for the bubble, for the NBA broadcast on the bubble.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I got a hit this week, and you was like, I'm about to be a virtual fan on the bubble. And I was like, So it happened last night. Tell us all about it.
Game 7, I had initially done it for Game 6 of the Houston OKC series, but I had some technical difficulties. So anybody out there, for me, you have to make sure you have Teams, Microsoft Teams.
Okay.
And I have a Mac, and so if anybody knows, Mac and Microsoft do not inherently go with one another. So long story short, it didn't happen Monday. It happened last night after I got all my little technical issues together. And it was actually really fun. Like you're in this little area with about 80 other people, and it's funny because
wait a minute, in an area, you at the house, right?
You're in the house, but the area that they put you in as a virtual fan.
Oh, you're together.
They put you in sections.
Got
so
it.
you can actually like hear and talk to the other people in your section. And because we were center court, we were mixed. So we were Houston and we were OKC fans.
Okay. Now, so I'm glad you said that. Is it home court during these games? Does one team have home court advantage? Because I was wondering at the end of the game, somebody was at the free throw line, and the crowd noise was louder. Okay, got it.
If it was a home game,
right.
You know what I mean. So they would try to give a little bit of advantage.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it was funny. Like the news came down in the middle of the game last night that Leonard Fournette, that got cut from the Jaguars, got picked up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
So I broke that news on the live feed, and then people were like, what? And then somebody was like, Tampa Bay Bucks, and then somebody was like, no, the Milwaukee Bucks. They're signing Leonard Fournette to the Milwaukee Bucks. And it was just funny because you talk to people and you can't see everybody all the time because everybody is not in a virtual seat because they use it as filler. It's like a whole thing.
Wow.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
It was really fun. And do you know, they can actually hear you inside the arena.
So y'all are talking. You're not talking about in a chat. You're talking about like
so you can text inside of a chat if you need to. But when you're talking to each other and when they're live on the court, whatever, they can hear you inside the arena.
Oh wow, that's tough. So if you really extra with it and yelling and screaming, they're gonna get all of that.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly.
Were you doing any of that? Did you do any of that?
I would. I was rooting for OKC. My loyalties lie wherever Chris Paul goes.
Oh, okay.
So I was really rooting for him, and so yeah, it was a lot of fun though.
That's
but
tough.
I will tell people this: make sure if you do the virtual fan thing, make sure you have a laptop, because if you get up from your seat to use the bathroom or to go do whatever, they will give up your seat. You only keep it for like a quarter, and they try to, move people around so everybody gets a chance.
So you're saying if you leave view of the camera, then they will swap because they don't want to show no empty seat. And I've seen that too, and I wondered about that. I've seen like empty seats. Okay, so you lose it after that.
You lose it, and it's a whole thing of, and like our section were seat fillers, and you can get a link to go to an empty seat in another area. It's a whole thing.
Oh man, that's interesting.
They talk to you from the NBA. Then there's somebody there from the Microsoft Teams, application that can walk you and troubleshoot you through things.
Wow.
There was somebody on there from New Zealand last night.
That's tough.
It's all over. It's pretty cool. It's really, and I hearken anybody out there, you go to oneiota.com and you can, apply to be a virtual fan.
One Iota. Now, is that tied into the NBA? That sounds like pretty random. One Iota.
Well, One Iota, I had already been on there because it's a really great audience website where you want to go see a lot of different shows, they go through One Iota, like the Daily Show. I went through
Oh, okay,
there,
got it.
the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. So I was already a part of it.
Right.
And so when I had went on there, and I was like, oh, I didn't know they were doing the virtual tickets through this site. Because there are a few sites here in New York that you go through to get show
Right.
tickets.
I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
Yeah, and this was one. And so I don't know if me already being a part was able for me to get tickets, and but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. But I know people in the NBA office. I'm like, oh, they see my name in my, I don't know. Who knows?
Now, were you able to like screen shot or record or like so you could see yourself later or like?
I kind of got pictures of myself that I took. It was funny because we were center court at the start of the game, but the game didn't start live on television because the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh yeah, because I was watching. Yeah, and that just kept going. It just kept going.
Yes, it kept going, and so it was funny because our Lakers game, our Houston game had started, so I'm watching it live on my laptop, but on the television, the Miami game was still on TV, and I'm like, I'm sitting center court, whatever, and it didn't really come on till like later on, and then they swapped us out. It was the whole thing, but it was still fun.
Yeah,
I had ended up like on the front row in like the fourth quarter, but because the teams play so fast, it was interesting.
Yeah. Well, that's tough though. That's interesting. That is interesting. Good for you. Well, how about the outcome of the game though? Was that heartbreak?
It was heartbreak city. I really thought that, OKC was going to pull it out, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, Harden made that play at the end." Yeah, well, he ain't do shit else the whole game.
Right? Yeah, he got lucky on that. Yeah, because he don't play defense.
Like, that was kind of if he hadn't, Mike D'Antoni would be fired today, and who knows if he might be offered up in a trade to someplace else. Like, life could be completely different today had he not made that defensive play.
Wow.
To stop it. So, a lot rode on that, on him and that whole thing, because the whole game, I'm sitting there, my little virtual fans are like, he's choking. Like, come on, at 1%, he's choking. Like, I was giving it to him because he was.
Yeah. I can say, the only thing I'm missing is the ability to throw shit on the court. There's got to be a way where they can, they can virtually recreate that. Throw some shit.
Well, we don't want that. They don't want to.
The realism, for the realism effect, because it's definitely, for me, it's easier to watch. I don't know, man, without in arena spectators. For me, for some reason, it's just better.
Miss it. The way
I don't miss it.
The way that Adam Silver and the whole NBA has been able to do this, you don't miss it because they still have the noise. You kind of see fans, and they have it's much better than what Major League Baseball started out with. Like Major League Baseball
with the empty seats, and you're seeing it in every camera shot.
God.
Like you're seeing it in every camera shot, and it looks weird.
It looks terrible. Baseball is already hard to watch if you're not in the stadium. I don't care how great a team is, it's just hard. And when they weren't having anybody, it was impossible. And now they're kind of trying to pick up things from the NBA. So I'm interested in see what the NFL is going to try to do. But I know some NFL teams actually want to have fans in the seats. So
and so Elliot says it looks like AAU tournaments. I hate it. And I feel like the reason, the fact that it looks like an AAU tournament, that's why I like it, because it's like they hooping in an empty gym.
Who says they don't like that?
That's what Elliot said.
And I think that's one of the greatest things, and because in the NBA, whether you're a 1 seed or you're an 8 seed, you have good home court advantage, you have family issues, and now we get to see how guys are on an even playing field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like total across the board. You don't
and
have
you're
to
not
worry about travel.
and it's the little things too. It's that extra things that you would do because you have 20,000 fans screaming your name. It's like now you're just hooping in an empty gym for pride, and I'm a dog you. Like I'm now my focus is on you. We out here, blah blah blah. It ain't all that. Hey, they still do 100%. It to a degree.
Yeah.
but it's not like, oh, ref,
Right.
all that, singing and dancing that they do in a full arena. It's like, nah, man, we just hooping. My bench is we yelling at your bench, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I like
And
it.
even like Jimmy Butler, who plays for Miami, his first year down there, people brought their families, and he told his wife, he said, "Look, I love you all, love you the kids, but I'm on a business trip right now. I got work to do." And he declined to have them there, and Miami is up 2-0. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything about that. If the guys like LeBron even declined it, but I know for us, my husband is a basketball player. I'm his wife, and I know. Look, I get on his nerves. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm perfect. I know I get on his nerves, and we got 3 great children sometimes, but
Yeah.
a lot of times they're annoying.
You honest.
But he can go and actually focus on what his craft is and not have all that other. It elevates your game of play. And people, they don't want to, you can miss your family all you want, but at the end of the day, when this is what you come to do, and you only can solely focus on, the game is going to be elevated. And I think that's what we've seen, and it's great to watch. I mean, that Game 7 last night, I was just glad it was a blowout. I was blown that OKC didn't win,
right?
But it was great basketball.
Yeah.
And what more can you ask for?
I agree.
During all of this.
Well, there it is, India Sweet. Thank you for recalling your virtual fan experience. It sounded exciting. I was excited. I just wanted to hear about it. So, we'll see what happens with as they move on to the Lakers. I think Houston moves on to the Lakers, correct?
That they do, sir.
Yeah. That'll be quick.
Somebody say Lakers in 4. I don't know. I think they got a little muscle. We'll see. It'll be interesting. It'll be fun. I wanted OKC to win, but I think Houston will be a better series.
Yeah, true story. All right. I'll let you get back to story time. I appreciate you. Catch you next time. All right. All right, there it is, India Sweet. A couple comments from the Peanut Gallery that I was catching. Wait a minute, let me get that off of there and put this back. So Elliot Brown Jr. said that's not pro sports, though. True. When I played, I always played my best in front of bigger crowds. I got energy from the fans, whether they were my home fans or other teams. True story. And I guess, that's a perspective. But in No Name Studios, this is a pure form of basketball. Now, I agree with that. That's why, for me, it's like that Saturday morning, empty gym, raw and uncut, like we hooping. It ain't really, grandstanding and showing off for the arena and all of that. It's we hooping. And I'm going to win and send you back to your room because y'all stand in the same hotel. Send you back to your room, champ. So that's why I like it. I enjoy it. To each his own. All right, question of the day, ladies and gentlemen. So this is what I saw on social media. So I'm going to try to share this real quickly and we can get to it. I'm going to read through it. And then I'm going to bring in our next guest who's an educator to kind of weigh in from their perspective because there are a lot of perspectives on this. All right, let me put it in pause. All right, here we go. So let me read this to y'all. This is what I saw. So this is an interesting post. So this one person, wait a minute, let me get the caption out of there. Slow down, y'all going too fast. All right, my son, this is from Ursula, whoever, I don't know. My son got hungry, so I gave him a snack. His teacher is going to say how he can't eat. And before I knew it, I yelled from the kitchen, "Girl, he is at home, honey." And then there was silence. So Peace responds, "These comments have me confused because the teacher is right. This needs to feel like a school schedule, and eating during class is not appropriate. The obvious answer is to feed the kid between classes, as would be the case at school." All right, so the question of the day I ask you, good people, viewers of Let's Go Live, is should the kids be forced to conduct themselves as if they were in class at home? Now, the Facebook group that I saw this in has about 25,000 members. The comments under this post was easily at 1,000 by like noon. People were going at it. So it's a very polarizing subject matter, split right down the middle. So right about now, if I could bring into Miss Imani Oba, she's an educator in the Prince George's County school system. Welcome to the program. Can I hear you? Let's see. Can we hear you? Yeah, turn your shit on.
Oh, am I on mute?
There we go. There we go. Now you're
All right.
loud.
I should know better, right? Thanks
Yeah.
for having me.
Yeah, good to be on. So yeah, as an educator, where point blank, where do you stand?
I got 5 words for everybody.
Okay.
You gotta pick your battles. You gotta pick your battles. Let me explain what I have seen.
Okay.
I have seen eating. I have seen.
Slow down. Let's give some background.
Okay.
You've been
Okay. This is my first week teaching virtually with the Prince George's County Public School System.
Okay.
This is day 4.
Day 4. But how many years have you been teaching in a live classroom?
Oh, wow. Oh, live class?
Yeah.
This is my first time teaching live class.
No, how many years have you been teaching in a classroom?
Oh, come on now.
You got to get background. These people don't know you.
I thought you meant virtually.
No.
Okay, so I've been in this system for over 22 years.
Got it.
But I've been teaching for more than that.
Okay, got it.
Not longer than that, yes.
All right, so continue. Dave, what is it?
Okay, so I've seen eating. I've seen students feeding their infant siblings. Yes. And I've seen them changing their siblings' diapers. This is all while I'm trying to teach. So I'm seeing this. Yes. What else? Petting. They have their pet in their hand. They're petting while they're supposed to be paying attention. What else? Oh, wrestling. They having full wrestling matches on the bed. And I can see all of that on the laptop. You think I'm going to stop my lesson every few seconds and say something? I can't. There's no way. There's not enough time. So the chewing gum in my classroom, in a brick and mortar setting, you can't chew gum in my classroom because I don't like gum sticking on desk and underneath the chair.
Right.
But guess what? Virtually, I don't care if you cracking crabs. Just make sure your screen is showing because that's participation and that's your grade. And turn in that little form at the end for your grade.
You don't care if they cracking crabs? Is that what I heard you say?
Hey, listen, I don't care if they're cracking crabs. No.
So, all right. So the things that you would correct, or that you're declining to correct on virtually, aren't those same things that you would correct in class? Like you would tell somebody to be quiet, or
yeah, I would stop playing. Don't touch him. Yeah, stop.
So why is it different?
It's different because they are at home, and guess what? Our principal told us a long time ago. Last week during during our PDs, they were like, "Listen, believe it or not, there's probably a parent behind that camera listening to everything you say. So be careful to what you say to those children." And it's like I said, 5 words. What I started off with: pick your battles. That's not to me. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not going there with them.
So the level of focus that you have to have, I don't know if it's included in training, in educating training for watching somebody changing a diaper.
I saw it this week. I swear.
Petting
their animals, sitting there with their dog, petting their cat. Yes.
And that can be, there's a level of distraction that comes along with that. Like you can't just be normal and try to continue what you're saying when somebody got the baby leg is up and they hold
and you
out and they wiping.
Remember, I'm middle school, so these are teenagers.
And
so some of them are caring for, and I got emails in the spring from some of my students. I didn't do live sessions. I did pre-recorded sessions, but I got emails, Miss so-and-so, I had to care for my sister and she's, 6 months old because my mom had to work 2 jobs. So I couldn't get the homework into you. We had all kinds of things like that happen. So yeah, 13.
All right. So I'm stuck on the changing baby. If they were in class, who would be doing it?
Great question. So maybe daycare, maybe a family member that stays home. But remember, we're all home. So we're all home. And daycare. Would you take your daycare? I mean, would you take your child to daycare now with the coronavirus like this?
Okay. All right. True story. All right. So have you witnessed any ass whoopings?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Any scuffles?
I have heard the parents, the moms. It's usually the moms. Get your, in there. I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that.
Like into class or somewhere else.
I guess back in the room, because what they'll do is the kids will take the screen and do this.
Right.
And I can ask them to turn their screen on, but I can't force them, and I can't spend the whole hour and however long I have telling them over and over to turn their screen on. So after a while, I'm noticing if I see that screen like that, I'm like, they're gone.
Oh,
But they'll leave. I'll unmute everybody to ask a question,
right.
and that leaves that person open. They done left the room.
Well, there's some amount of discretion that you have to have also because, there may be it's like me stepping out of church. I might have to go to the bathroom. I might have to, run to the car. I might have to Uber Eats might be here. The weed man might be here. I got to pay him. Like it's got to be some things that are happening. But what about, is it affecting their grade? Do y'all now have where, 5% used to be class participation? Is that now transferred to the Zoom era?
It's a larger percentage now of classwork, and this county has gone away from homework. We don't say homework anymore. We say independent practice.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes. So basically, we can't say homework. They're home. Everything is home.
Okay.
So we say independent practice, but classwork is a larger percentage than what it would be in brick and mortar, because we want to make sure that they're doing something while you're laying eyes on them. And even if that includes discussion, I put questions in the chat and I make them answer. And see, I end up saving the chat to see who actually answered. Right. You know what I mean? So it's a lot. It is a lot, but I've seen just about all. I haven't seen the ass whipping yet, but
I need to. You got the screen record.
I've not seen the ass whipping yet.
We had to see that. The internet we need that. We need to see that. John Watson from the Peanut Gallery says, can you send a disciplinary note to the parent if they're acting up and not paying attention?
Disciplinary note to the parent. So
in real time, Kevin fucking off. He bullshit.
We can email them, and we can also CC the counselor. So if it's repeated disruption, the counselor gets involved, and then the counselor goes an extra step. They might call home. Then if it's really crazy, we got PPWs that will go knock on doors.
What's that? What's a PPW?
Oh, I'm sorry. I use acronyms. Y'all don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
That's the old school truant officer.
But what it stands for?
It's called pupil personnel worker, PPW.
Oh.
But it's just truant officer. That's what it is.
Oh, all right.
Latest terms.
That's a tough job. Now you used to the truant officer used to catch people on the street and drag them back to the house.
Right.
Now you going door to door.
I always think of the wire when they was going in the van and picking them up.
Yeah, that's how it be. Now he's knocking the doors. You on the computer?
Right, exactly. Right.
Oh man. So day 4, you've seen all this. Do you think it'll improve?
That's a great question. I'm always hopeful for the best. I'm an optimistic person. But my biggest concern is absenteeism right now. It's just a shame that I'm getting only half of my students logging on. But hopefully it'll get better. I think, like I said, when the counselors get involved and those PPWs get involved, it's only week 1. I'm hoping everything gets better. It's week 1, but absenteeism is a big concern of mine. I was looking at my numbers and I was just like, why am I only seeing 16 out of 29?
Wow.
Why am I seeing 10 out of 30? So
in my limited knowledge of the school system, I know failing and keeping kids back is like a no-no. But with what's happening now, don't you think those rates are going to be higher if people are not coming and doing the work? Like, is that going to be a thing come the end of the semester?
So I believe that because we were trained a little different, and we know a little bit more than what we did in the spring. In the springtime, I'm not even going to lie, it was just a mess. It was like Chinese algebra. It was just really hard. We all didn't know. We were just thrown into the fire with no training. But I believe now things might be different. I think we're going back to grading. See, in the spring it was pass or incomplete.
Right.
But we're going back to grades. So it's like, you know what? You don't show up. You got this 0. Guess what? I think they are going to be serious about that repeating this time.
Oh, okay. That's what that's what I was wanting to know. So, this is funny. So Leilani says, my kid's teacher called me to the screen. Have you ever had to call and be like,
Right.
Tim, get your mother in front of this camera?
So we don't know if the parents are there though. We can't assume that. Yeah, we can't assume that. I wish. Now I had this one lady. She just kept walking back and forth, and I was like, she's monitoring me. She just kept walking back. She just kept, and I was like,
her child monitoring you.
Yeah, I think she was. Yeah, I think she was. But yeah, we can't assume that they're there. We have to just assume that when we're looking at our screen, these are our children in our classroom, and that's it.
All right. So to that point, though, physically, is that easier than monitoring live bodies in a classroom?
Absolutely not.
No?
No.
Like, but they're right here. They're right here.
No, it's still not, because like I said, the kids can do this real fast.
Right.
And they, keep doing it. And like I said, I'm not stopping my lesson over and over to say it.
Right.
So kids are doing that, and then they rolling out. So it's like, if you're live in my classroom and, you keep asking for the bathroom, I can be like, yo, you're abusing your privilege to go to the bathroom.
Right.
But if they're at their home and they can cut that camera off, I don't know what they're doing. And that's a concern too for all educators.
So to the question of the day, which was originally, should kids, be forced to act the same way at home that they do in class? I think on some levels they should.
On some levels.
Because of routine, right? So
right.
if you don't get to eat and snack Doritos in class in front of your teacher, you shouldn't be able to do it in front of your computer just because you're home. I feel like if y'all wear uniforms, I don't care what you got on the bottoms. You could wake up, roll out the bed with pajamas, but you got to put that uniform top on. I feel like that's how it should go.
Yeah, they cut that out in our county as far as forcing uniforms, but they did have like a dress code where they were like no pajamas, no wife beaters. But no, to a certain extent, I wholeheartedly believe that. But like I said, I'm gonna go back to my mantra: you gotta pick your battle.
Yeah, but I'm talking about parents too. Like, you should be able to just go to the fridge every time. You can't do that at school.
Exactly. Well, see, that's my thing. We can tell the kids, find a quiet place, but in reality, we know if they got 3 other siblings, there's going to be a hard time trying to find a quiet place. Right. You got your little 3-year-old brother coming behind you doing rabbit ears. So we can tell them over and over, find a quiet place where you won't be distracted. Some of my kids got their headphones on. They're trying to zone in on what I'm saying, but you got their little brother or that little sister bugging you. And the parents, I believe, should also have a place for their child, whether it's a desk, a makeshift desk. I got a makeshift desk. My computer is on my little pull-out table. But a routine place where they go to, a routine place where they do their work, and no distractions. And like you said, the parents shouldn't be going back and forth behind them, because that's a distraction to not only them, but to the teacher. Because I'm like, what? Why should keep going back to the refrigerator and the cupboards?
Now, we've seen on those viral videos of kids jumping into Zooms or whatever platform is being used.
That happened to me.
And so has that happened? Like, have you had that?
That happened first day. And I'm old school. It's a couple people in your chat that know me. They work with me. I had somebody's child last year that I taught. They know I'm old school and I'm strict. And I was like, that ain't going to happen to me. That ain't going to happen to me. Second period that happened to me.
Day one.
So it wasn't a photo bomb, but I admitted the students in from the waiting room, and I just admitted all of them. So remember, this live thing is new to me because I did all pre-recorded in the spring. Right. So I just admitted everybody. I don't do that now. So one dude was not supposed to be in there. And I also didn't enable the thing where they couldn't unmute themselves. So I was muting them, but they were unmuting. And this one dude was just blasting this music, and it was like, foul music, very inappropriate. And I was just like, who is that? And I'm doing my little cursor like, who is that? Then he left out and tried to come back in with a different name.
Ah, smart.
Yeah.
Smart ass.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So he did come back in because I allowed him. I don't know my kids. These are just the first day of school.
Kids, right?
So he did it again. And this time he had one of the names from my roster, though. I was like, oh, but it was another student in there already with the same name. I was like, so why do I have two? Da 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 da. And then I was like, okay, and I finally figured out to turn that mute disable thing off, and I did that, and then I saw that, like I said, I had a duplicate name. I took him out, so we do have a button that can remove you, and you can't come back in.
Okay.
So
okay.
yeah, he can't do that to me anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, that music was crazy. I was like, what the heck? So that did happen to me. I did have that, but not the photo bomb. I've heard horror stories where the teacher's thing was hacked, porno was coming across. I had the music bomb. I had the music bomb. But yeah, I've heard stories in our teacher group that we have, the porno and sharing their screen. I don't know why I don't know why a teacher would allow students to let them share their screens. But yeah, they shared it and they were showing porno. This happened in this county.
Well, hey, it's day 4, so it ain't off the table.
I know, right?
You could get lucky.
Oh, you're right. But I got a little system now. They sit in that weight room till I do my attendance.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's that control. You got to have that control feature. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate you jumping on the show today. Give us a little perspective. When I saw this morning, I mean, the conversation was just, I mean, you just could not believe the arguments this caused. Because some people were just like, nah, they're at home. That's it. They home. They do what they want. These are parents. And the other people were like, nah, if they can't do it in class, then they shouldn't be able to do it at home.
And I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. Yeah, I'm in the middle.
All right, so we'll continue the conversation in the chat. What you about to say?
I said I'm balanced. I'm in the middle.
Oh yeah. All right, well there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Imani is a PG County educator, award-winning, 20 plus years in the system, 4 days virtual teaching, and we're gonna check in from time to time and see what type of progress you're making. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining the show.
You got to pick your battles. Remember that.
Pick your battle.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go back to it. Yeah, funny, man. Funny down. It was a couple comments. So it's one comment I saw because I kind of agree with this. I was thinking about this earlier when I was writing about this topic. Where'd it go? No Name Studios. This is true. No, where'd it go? No Name Studios. Oh, here we go. The exact flip of this conversation is work at home. So this is what I was thinking, right? I was like, yes, that's true. It's a hypocritical position that I'm taking, because if I had a corporate job where I had to wear a suit every day and had office decorum and protocols and all of that, and then you started allowing me to work at home, and then we started doing virtual, don't expect me. I'm never turning the camera on. Don't expect me to do anything at home that we did the same way at work. Not doing it. But kids is different. This is where my position on this. Kids is different. They need the routine. They need to learn that. They need to learn how the world works. And so I feel like what you do in class, you should do at home. If it's dressing up, what you call it? If it ain't getting out you can't get out your seat every 10 minutes and go to the fridge in class. So you shouldn't be able to do it at home. And I get it's an adjustment. It's new for everybody. But I feel like to that point, to that initial question of the day, I think in order for the kids to take it seriously, because you're in school in the same space that you live and go to sleep in. That's difficult for a child brain to handle. So the only way you can really get them to dial in is if they have the full experience. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. But there it is. Great rap, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Yes, have Imani come back with a follow-up. That's definitely, we'll do that. Let me see for me so I can get alerts about friend view, so I can get alerts about the show. All you got to do is go to YouTube and subscribe. Hello. All right. Clay Kane does videos and wears suits and ties for his Sirius XM show. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. You should. On some things, broadcast is different. Being a broadcaster, I don't expect to see any of these people that I see on TV that are doing their shows from home to be in loungewear. Although some of them have, like Trevor Noah is good for throwing on the hoodie, and it makes watching it a little different. Now, is putting on a full suit and sitting in a gaming chair at a coffee table in your basement. weird. Yeah, but if you're broadcasting, you got a whole TV show or a whole radio show that's now virtual, I still expect you to throw something on. Throw something on. At least some signage, like Roland Martin, who should be on the show in just a couple minutes. He puts on at his signage. He got a message. Every T-shirt that he puts on is some type of message. So I feel like, at some level, if you're working from home or if you're a broadcaster like Clay Kane, Tehran, that's a good move. Give me a look. You know what I mean? Give me a look. All right. At this portion of the show, man, we always like to leave on a lesson with a word from an elder in a segment that I like to call Hi Dad.
Happy everyday, brothers and sisters. This is Alpha Papa with today's reflection. Family. I grew up knowing my mother's side of the family and visit with them on holidays and every. So, after
Oh, I don't know what happened. I heard y'all said y'all can't hear. All right, let's try it again. I'm gonna just leave me on the screen because I've seen that have problems. Maybe the storm knocked it out. All right, let's start over. A word from an elder. It was a good message too. It was about family. All right, let's try it again. Thumbs up if you can hear it.
Happy everyday, brothers and sisters. This is Alpha Papa with today's reflection. Family. I grew up knowing my mother's side of the family and visit with them on holidays and every summer. On my father's side, we only knew his sister, her husband, and son. We knew some of the history of the family in that my paternal grandparents immigrated to the USA from Barbados, West Indies, and that my father had about 22 brothers and sisters. We had pictures of our paternal grandparents. In 2003, we got a letter inviting us to a family reunion in Georgia. Out of the blue, my mother's side was having its reunion the same weekend in Atlanta, Georgia. So, after attending my mother's side reunion on Friday, we went to my father's side reunion for breakfast on Saturday morning. We were so excited, we ate early so we could finally meet our family. While we were eating, a large group of people came in the room wearing T-shirts with my grandfather's picture on it. I got so emotional that I hugged each and every one and kept asking, "Where's my shirt? Where's my shirt?" It was a very memorable weekend. At the end of the weekend, I was given the banner to host the next reunion in 2005. My older brother and I did extensive research on the family, and we were able to share our newfound results with the entire family. Food for thought. Know your family's story. Peace and blessings. Alpha Papa.
All right, folks. There it is. A word from an elder. Another great show. Thanks to you and yours. And again, we're here tomorrow. All Fun and Games. Let's go live. All Fun and Games, 6 p.m. to 7. Where we have fun. The entire show with Mr. John Watson. All Fun and Games on Friday. I appreciate everybody that checked in on the check-in, and make sure you turn on all notifications and subscribe to our guest, Miss India Sweet and Imani. I appreciate y'all. Remember to stop by Drunken Fruit on your way out. Remember, we exist on viewer support by viewers like you, $ Lamont King 06. If you want me to continue bringing this great program to you, we'd appreciate any loose change you got. And subscribe to the show to see full episodes and bonus clips in my Patreon. Just become a subscriber. Also in the Humor Mill every day, they stream the show live. There's Joe Claire has a show. Talent, the comedian, has a show called Box Seats. Dale Harrison has a show, late night talk show. It's a lot of good programming inside the app. We are worldwide. We are global. We're just waiting for things to turn the corner here. And I think that is it for me. And I think those are all the things I needed to hit. And y'all be safe out there. And because of the little glitch caused by the storm, we're out of time for Rolling. Hopefully we'll get a chance to get you on some other time. On that note, y'all be safe. All right.